In this lecture, I'm going to talk about the Docker registry. I'm going to show you how to push containers to Docker Hub. You can run the Docker app by executing docker run locally. That's what I just showed you in the previous demo. Docker can be run locally for development purposes. If you just want to do some local development, you can run your containers locally. You don't need Kubernetes for that. To make an image available to Kubernetes, you need to push the image to a Docker registry, like Docker Hub. The first step will be to make an account on Docker Hub. Then you can push any locally built images to the Docker registry, where the Docker images can be stored in. To push an image to Docker Hub, you first need to use Docker login to log in with your user ID and your password. You then tag your image ID, the one that was outputted when you ran Docker build. You need to tag it with your login/Docker demo or any name that you want to give to your image. Then you can Docker push this image and then your image will be uploaded to Docker Hub. Or to immediately tag an image during the build process, so you don't have to do it in two steps, you can go to Docker demo, do the Docker build again, and then use -t to immediately tag your build. And then you can also log in and push your Docker image to Docker Hub or to any other registry that you want to use. If you're not using anything yet, Docker Hub is the easiest. If you're using AWS, then AWS, for instance, has an alternative, Docker ECR. I will be using Docker Hub, but feel free to use your own one. Just a few remarks. You can build and deploy any application you want using Docker and Kubernetes, if you just take into account a few limitations. You should only run one process in one container. Don't try to create one giant Docker image for your app, but split it up if necessary. All the data in the container is not preserved. When a container stops, all the changes within a container are lost. You can still preserve data using volumes, which is covered later in this course. For more tips, check out the 12-factor app methodology at 12factor.net. So there's a methodology on how to write stateless applications, which is a very interesting read. Have a look at this website if you're interested in that. Here are also a few official images you might want to use for your app. There is Nginx, which is a web server. You can use a PHP image. You can use a Node image, that's the one I used in the demo. You can use a Ruby image. You can use a Python image, or you can use a Java image. And there are many more that you can use to build your containers on hub.docker.com.